Patient Man channel, baby. Again, on me little beach, having a little day, enjoying it. Men, this is going to be a Chris O's organic walk. I've done my recording for the day for the two subjects I wanted to do, but as I'm walking and meandering back to the car, I come up with another subject in my mind, something that's been a little bit in the back of my head, front of my head, back of my head, whatever, in my beautiful brain. Perception of perceiving things in life and then maybe realizing that it wasn't what it was. I am going to go into a little quick one about this one because I perceived my life as a young kid. I perceived that I was always in trouble, and it could have been I was in trouble. There was a lot of things I was in trouble for, but I did feel like a lot of fear. I felt very scared of the world as a kid. And I never really thought, I thought I had my amazing parents. I had brothers that I always tried to fit into the world with. And I never felt like I ever lived much as a young kid. I was always sort of hyper-focused on something and always scared. But just recently, I don't like saying he's my youngest brother because he's an inspiration to me. Chronologically he's younger than me, but he's an absolute legend. And he has taken time out of his life to download the old not even VHS, what are those little micro, remember the old days you'd have the old handheld camcorder, the big ugly things? God. Anyway, those little tiny videotapes. And he went through them and took his time through all of these hours and hours of Dad's amazing footage. My dad's B-roll was hell interesting. And I thank him so much for that, and he knows I love him for that because that's a big effort. And he's put it up on YouTube on this private thing and whatever, I don't understand it. And he releases it every week. And we've just started watching it. And holy, what a life. What a life I lived. What a beautiful life. I always thought I was so different. This is the way I perceived my life and then after watching this video, well, all my perception was just partially wrong. I was so different to my brothers in the way I thought I was, but I was so unique in my own ways. I'd always remember as a kid that if I had an opportunity to do something, I'd do it with such love. And I don't know if it was an acceptance. I don't know. It's deep. It's deep as deep. But like there was a scenario in the video of I had to set the table for dinner, and I went outside, and I remember doing this, but I just can't remember it. And now I watched this video, it reminded me. I went out into the garden. I picked all these flowers and put them in front of everyone's plate. And I got candles and lit candles. Like I was a little bit of a romantic, little Chris O. And I know now, as an adult, I've got a huge heart and I care a lot about everyone. I love everyone. I like to make people feel loved, which is really important. I've always done that. And that was really reassuring that I had that even when I was young. You know, I perceived myself as a kid as of a hyper, a bit of a psycho, run around, you know, never being present. But there was, in these videos, there was times, and I remember these times, but I don't know how I didn't remember them when I'm reflecting without the videos, where I'd be sitting there and I'd have a bird in my hand feeding it and just sitting there staring at it by myself, just peaceful. Like I didn't think I had that peace in me as a kid, or maybe I forgot it. I was really artistic. Like I loved to draw, and I loved to like draw things and give them to my dad. Oh, there was a little cool thing there, right? And all these things I didn't know. I can't remember. But I do, once I see it, it jogs my memory. But I was a really beautiful kid in my own way. And I've realised that now. These videos have really helped me reflect on, I was just a kid who was different. I was very different. I was very unique in my own way, but I wasn't what I thought I was. Wait up. I wasn't what I thought I was. I was what I know I am now. This is, I can't even explain this. I always knew I was that as an adult, but I really, really was that as a kid. And it's like, it's a bit of a slap in the face. I sort of sometimes think to myself that there was some hard times in my life, and there was, don't ever get me wrong, there was some hard times, but it was heavily outweighed with the great times. There were so many great times. I had so many experiences with my brothers and my mum and my dad and my grandparents and cousins, and there was just so much footage of us playing with cousins and just so much family and so much community. It was really fucking amazing, to be honest. And I feel very blessed and very lucky that I had that opportunity as a young guy to have all that around me. At the time, it probably wasn't what it was meant to be because I'm young and trying to work out where I fit in the world. But wow, what a huge, beautiful family I've got. And even when I see them now, they make me smile. Everyone makes me smile because I am very lucky. Does anyone, I suppose I'll just make up a question of the day because this is what I do, run the raw dog. Does anyone out there ever think their life was a certain way and then maybe watch some video footage or, you know, pick up a trophy that you won when you were a kid and you have a flashback, like anything at all, and realise that it was a bit different and that you might have perceived and remembered things that you wanted to remember? Because remember that the brain only wants to remember certain things, and that's the way you identify with them. Maybe you blocked some of the good stuff out. Maybe in those times I was scared to a certain degree and didn't enjoy the good times and I wasn't present. But far out, like watching that back, I love my family. Absolutely love all of my family, even extended family. So that's my question. I think I asked it without even asking it. Have you ever experienced what I experienced? That little bit of a flashback into the world and go, wow, I think I'm very lucky and blessed, because I am. I love yous all there. I'm going to leave you there. I'm back in my car now. That's me, Chris O's organic walk. And I'm just going to spin it around. We'll get a little bit of this. I love you all, and don't forget about family. Family is really beautiful. Yes, they're difficult sometimes, and we all have different ways of doing things, but they're amazing because they've made you who you are. Love yous all. Have a good day.